How expensive is it to move from landlines to a digital phone system? In December 2025, the big BT switch off is happening. So if you're based in or around the UK, then this will impact you, and quite frankly, you're gonna have to move. But cost really isn't very high. Firstly, the cost in downtime is pretty much zero. The transfer switching your number from an analog landline over to a digital system is pretty much instant. It can take a couple of weeks to sort it out and you do all the port for your numbers, but the time it takes and the downtime is very minimal. So what should you expect? Well, first of all, there will be the initial setup. You've got all of the information that you need to give to the new phone provider so that they can ensure they can move your single number or all of your numbers over onto a digital platform. But then the setup is, how do you want the new phone system to work? It's not a case of having a physical line that comes into the building and that phone rings. You can have any number of phones ringing, different extensions, or what we call hunt groups. And a hunt group might be multiple phones. Make sure when you're choosing a new VoIP phone provider, ask them what their setup is. Do they send across written documentation? Because we've heard in the past that there's certain companies that don't have any process and procedures in place. So they literally move the number over, it doesn't work, they don't know what they're doing, and it causes a huge impact. Syn-Star has a very structured approach where we send you all of this documentation first of all, we plan how we're going to do it, and then when the transfer takes place, everything is working. The next element is looking at operational savings. So how much does it cost at the moment for your phone system? If you've got an old phone system that you paid for ages ago and all you're paying for is the physical line and calls, then there will be an increase in cost because you might be switching to using more software and more functionality. It's not a case of just having a phone that rings. There's much more in the back end, especially if you want things like call recording. Then the final element is to look at the support that you'll get on an ongoing basis. Is there a service level agreement in place? That means in the contract, does it state how fast they will deal with your issues and are they included? Often you might get charged up front for a maintenance pack or any support as you go along. So you need to make sure you're asking these questions. Often with phone providers, they'll show you a really cheap per extension price and then they load up the back end with all these additional prices and charges for things. That's why with Syn-Star we won't do that. We want to work with you for the long term. So why try and cheat you into a contract? It's all about being upfront, saying this is the price per extension. Then you as a business can make it fully scalable. You know every single hire that you make, there's a cost attached to that person to give them the tools. And then the final element that's often overlooked is the regulatory elements. Depending on what industry you're in, do you need to record calls and hold them for a fixed amount of time? Possibly if you're taking credit cards, has the system got the ability where you can not record calls? All of these questions you need to be asking the new telecoms provider. Often they may not know the answers. If they don't know the answers, they're certainly not going to offer you that information. So you've just got to be really careful when it does come to switching over. Either way, Syn-Star can help. We've been doing telecoms since 2002. We understand the industry and we know what products work well for UK businesses. So please click on the link. We'd love to discuss how Syn-Star can help you with switching from a traditional landline over to a new modern digital VoIP phone system.